Hello there everybody, and welcome back to my F1 22 career mode. Monaco, first up. This race was over pretty much as it started. I tried braking hard for the first corner so as not to hit Latifi, but alas, still went into him. And then just when I thought it was clear, me and my teammate, yeah, we collided. So that's not good there. So I had to pit in for a front wing, and I think Zhou Guanyu got caught up in that melee as well. And you can see him now after I pitted, racing me in the tunnel. I was on hard tyres trying to get to the end. He went on soft, so it's I'm fighting him off. It kind of felt futile, and eventually I think he did get past me. A couple of laps later, I made a mistake of hitting the wall, and I tried to get through here as quickly as I could to make it back to the pits, but I crashed, took my wheel off, and Dan Tictum just went straight into me. So for the whole team, it was just one to forget. And I do feel guilty that in all that, I caught my teammate up in it as well. I can only apologise. But Leclerc taking his home win and breaking his Monaco jinx. Verstappen got second, Russell got third, Perez and Bottas rounding out the top five. So that was Monaco. That was very painful, but look at the lead Leclerc is starting to build in the Drivers' Championship. And I'm just awaiting this performance patch to come through and level the field out, because I think as soon as it does, as soon as the performance patch comes out and puts everyone in a more realistic place, Red Bull are going to come straight after Ferrari, and that's going to make it interesting towards the end of the season. So that could make things interesting, but for now Leclerc is just building that lead with Russell second, Verstappen's third in the standings, followed by Perez, Sainz, Alonso, Bottas. Bottas still in front of Hamilton going into Baku, and then Ocon and Norris rounding out the top 10, and Mick Schumacher's got ahead of Kevin Magnussen in the standings, which is quite impressive, and we're sitting still in 9th. Ferrari extending the gap to Red Bull, but we can't stay sad about Monaco for too long, because we've now got a race in Baku to do. First up though is the Pirelli hot laps, and I will say I'm enjoying this little addition to the game. It's a great way to get extra driver acclaim, team acclaim, and a great way to get some extra money as well, because if you get the gold, it is worth 1,000 acclaim and I believe $100,000, which in money terms that's a lot, and that's really helpful. We do tag the wall there a bit though, but other than that I thought it was a pretty faultless run, and we do manage to get the gold, so that's a much needed 100k for the team. And there's a barrier glitch there. As we go into a very wet Baku qualifying, there is a barrier glitch, and it looks like the barrier is sticking out into the racing line, so, well, that's a bizarre one if I ever saw it. We're now starting our second lap. We did a first lap, and I'll be honest, we made a mistake on it, and it wasn't very quick. And we have an Alfa Romeo in the wall. We also have an Alpine that stopped. Oh, someone's gone into him. We're just going to see the Alpine stopping there. I think that's Alonso. And you've got an Alfa Romeo just stopping in sympathy there. And then the two Alpines, the other second Alpine turns up and goes into it, as does a McLaren. How is that not a red flag? Moments later, the AlphaTauri hits the wall. Many cars are hitting that glitched barrier. How do we not have a red flag for all this? And you can just see people arriving on the scene of the accident, and more people getting involved in it. I was up on my lap a little bit, but even I then fell foul of that wall. And you can see a lot of people did get involved in that one. But look at Latifi and Temp. Everybody else fell victim to the wall, and well, that's just extremely bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in an F1 game before.
Welcome to all of you at home to today's Azerbaijan Grand Prix, a race that in its short history has already proven no stranger to drama, and where a fourth row start is just about as likely to give you a podium as pole position, with Lance Stroll and Sergio Perez finishing third in 2017 and 18 respectively. Baku City Circuit then, it's an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, Stroll, Latifi and Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Ricciardo, Sergio Perez and Tipton, Ocon, Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, they've taken a grid penalty, and Joker, Russell, Vettel, Joe and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Now let's talk about Charles Leclerc. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence.
After the most bizarre qualifying session I think I've ever seen in an F1 game, we now have a race to do. And just look at that grid for a second. Stroll and Latifi 8th and 9th because so many cars got caught out by that barrier glitch. Just what is this grid order? Anyway, good to see Dan Ticktum up in P14, so he's doing a solid job there. And we're now getting ready to form up on the grid. I think I'm something like 18th or 19th. But we're going to see what we can do anyway. We're going to see if we can move forwards. It's going to be a long race. It usually is around Baku. A grueling endurance test. Survival of the fit, I always say, for Baku. Anyway, the cars are now lining up. And the last few cars are slotting into position. I'm really loving the broadcast formation lap. 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. We are starting in P18. A relatively decent start. Is there a way through anywhere in the first corner? I'm not sure. There are cars that are making contact. George Russell's trying to go around my outside there. And to be fair, I'm not going to waste too much time fighting him, but he's gone very slow into the next corner. I'm trying to clip the inside line and keep as many positions as I can. I've got Zhou Guanyu and Sebastian Vettel right behind me now, and there's more stuff kicking off down into that corner, and I've seen bodywork flying off. The safety car has been deployed, so I'm not sure who got involved in contact there. I think it might have been George Russell, so Russell might have had a bump with someone. And while the safety car is out, we can see Valtteri Bottas pulling out of the race. So that's rotten luck for him. He was ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the standings. I don't think that'll be the case when this race is done. But anyway, we're now restarting, and I've made light contact with what I think is Zhou Guanyu, who's gone up the inside of someone, and I reckon he's lost some body parts there. I did check to see if my car was damaged through that, and it wasn't. And I think I was very kind there to give everyone as much space as I did. I really feel like I probably should have got my elbows out, as we are now down to last place as Russell tries to gain a couple of positions after losing his front wing. Albon and Vettel are now starting to Russell and Vettel, sorry, are starting to battle. Vettel's lost out, and now Albon and Vettel are starting to battle. Is there a place to be gained here as Albon goes around the outside? That's a solid move by Albon. I'm going to try and follow him through now. Vettel's gone very defensive, and that might just allow us to move round the outside of a corner. I've never seen an overtake done in before, but round the outside there, we complete one for 20th place. So a great overtake, but not for a very good position, I don't think. Vettel now coming back at me. I'm going to try and cover him off and make him go tight into the next corner, but Vettel is having a look down the inside. Is he going to get the move done? We're going to try and keep him behind. I'm now up the inside for the next corner, and that is keeping Vettel behind. So we have defended that well, and we're defending what is now P16, because some of the drivers that pitted after taking damage, took on softs. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they didn't run hard and try and run to the end. And Vettel having a look up my inside there. I'm covering that one off. And now Vettel has made his pit stop. I've now got Sergio Perez right behind me. And you know what? I'm not going to waste too much time fighting him. That Red Bull is always going to come past. It is an OP car compared to ours. So let's not waste too much time there. We're now back with Russell, and Russell's hit me! George! What was that, mate? You see, he's got much better speed than me round the corners, but he's just going for a gap there that just isn't really existing, and as the barrier closes in, I don't know why he didn't back out of that. I really don't know why he didn't back out of that. Anyway, we're back underway after the safety car came out. I did miss the safety car start due to my PS4 not capturing it, and I do apologise for that. But we are back underway, and I've just got Sergio Perez back after he gained a position on me because I had to pit in for a set of hard tyres and a new front wing. No thanks to George Russell. More cars now in the pits as Sergio Perez comes back past me. I'm going to try and go back up the inside. I've changed my mind. I want to fight Perez now. I've changed my mind. I'm feeling that level of petty, and I want to get after Latifi and Tickton too, because a potential P12 is on the cards here, and I feel like with the pace we have, we could catch them, and we are starting to catch them. But the problem is Tsunoda is giving me a headache. He's trying to go down the inside there. We've got to run on the outside. He's going to have to back out or go into the wall there, and I think he might have tagged the back of me at that point. I think Tsunoda may have just tagged the back of my car there as I went back through, and as a result he's pitted. Now we've got Sergio Perez right behind me again. I feel like I've been fighting this guy all race. Down the inside he goes. We're going to give him, I've given him the room, and well, Perez was always going to get through anyway. Sooner than later, Perez has got the move done. Next up is Carlos Sainz. I'm trying to figure out how the car is because I took a little bit of a scrape, but no damage, and Carlos Sainz has got back through. So Carlos up into P14, I think we're in, but he sets the fastest lap doing it, so that's quite impressive for Carlos. He is on soft tyres though, so I don't know how long they're going to last, and they're not going to last because Carlos is in the pits. Well, he was super quick, but he pitted in. I'm sure he'll catch us back up though, because fresh new soft tyres versus old hard tyres, there's no contest. Ferrari, take note of that. Anyway, we're now fighting George Russell again after the many scrapes we've had with him today. And you know what? I played this one a little bit tactically. I've backed out and let him through just before the detection point and got myself DRS, so I'm now able to fight off, or fight with, should I say, George Russell. He goes very defensive. I'm going to switch to the outside, and we've got back past George Russell through doing that. But now Russell's going to have a look at me down the inside here, and I think we have just kept ahead before the detection point, which means Russell will have DRS, but he didn't get a super run out of the corner. So I do think for now we might be safe. We might be in danger of getting past a little bit later, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And I think we've now come to that bridge because now Russell's coming straight at me down the inside on lap 24. He's got that move done. Are we going to find a way back through? Not just yet. And in fact, I think he's too far ahead come the detection point. Now, remember Sainz, who we were fighting earlier? And he pitted. He's now right behind us. So in 3 laps, just through having the soft new tyres, he has been able to catch me. So he's been going about 3 to 4 seconds a lap quicker than me. And as a result, he's right behind me again. And he's now going down my inside. I'm going to try and fight him off around the outside. I've got DRS because he lunged for it. I'm now tucking into his slipstream. We're going to have a look back up the inside. And I'm taking Carlos Sainz straight back. That is P14 back. And look at Dan Tickton running up in P12 there. Go on, Dan. Anyway, Sainz is now coming round the outside. Are we going to be able to fight him off here? Yes, we do. Carlos not getting through there. But the advantage of those soft tyres is really showing for Carlos, and these old hard tyres really starting to feel past their best, and I'm really starting to struggle with them now. We've got little to no pace with these tyres, and we're losing even more time just fighting off the Ferrari, who is right behind me again. Look how much more traction he's got. As a result of those tyres, he's going to go through there, and he's jammed on the brakes, and we've crashed! And that is our race over, and we've taken Pierre Gasly with us. Oh my goodness me, that was a big one. Sainz got the move done, and then he jammed on the brakes. I thought he was going to keep momentum as he went to the inside, but he got that done, and for a flat out corner, for whatever reason, jammed on the brakes, and Pierre Gasly getting caught with me. And I tell you what, IRL, that would have been a nasty accident. So I'm glad that one was only in the game.
Here we are then, it's victory in Azerbaijan. Great work for the whole team here at the track and back at the factory as well. Some pretty handy driving for good measure. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
And to everybody's surprise, Charles Leclerc is the winner of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Quick, looks shocked. But no, Charles Leclerc has taken another commanding win over Max Verstappen, and Lando Norris then in the McLaren, managing to get in the top three and getting a podium for McLaren. He's going to be chuffed with that. Mick Schumacher up in P4. What a drive for the Haas driver it's been. Lewis Hamilton getting 5th. Magnussen takes 6th, followed by Ricciardo. Stroll getting his first points of this career mode series. And then Alonso and Ocon round out the 10, and Go Tiffy gets 11th, just ahead of my teammate Tictum in 12th. Can't fault Dan too much, that's a good effort. And in the championship, well, the gap's just ever increasing, isn't it? I think the question now is, when is Leclerc going to have this wrapped up? It's been a bit of a miserable time for us of late, though, because we've now had 4 races. We've had 2 DNFs in a row, and we've had no points. So, and we've also had some failed upgrades as well. But the good news is, some upgrades should be arriving for Canada. A couple of them are the ones that failed beforehand. So I think once we get those upgrades on the car, we should have just that little bit more pace in Canada. And hopefully soon, we can add to our points tally. Well, thank you so much for watching this installment of Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you're new here and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, TTFN guys, ta-ta for now.